Hi viewers, this is Baraka Vittorio, and I understand that it has been a while since I have um, made a video, and I'm making this video after seeing um, a gentleman that I did trust, I follow, Dave Ramsey, um, uttering things as if he is not understanding how the economy works, um, as if he is not living in today's world where everybody is struggling to keep their jobs. Everybody is struggling to pay the bills. There's so much issues going on. I'm into recruiting, and I get to um, views resumes, interview people, and I'm used to bringing someone for a second or third interview and really uh, give them good news, right? You got a job, or um, this is your start date, and so on, and everybody's happy. Today, when I visited a number of um, social medias, uh, everybody's crying. Um, everybody's confused. Either they are laid off, or they are fired, or there are things that they are saying they don't even know how they're gonna go on to for a week or two or a month to pay the bills, to how they're gonna be able to survive with no job, with no guaranteed paycheck coming in. And then among the videos is Dave Ramsey talking about you can survive with $1,000 in savings. My goodness. I understand it. Um, he is a rather affair uh, gentleman. He doesn't like the government to interfere or intervene in the free market. That ideology, we do share that ideology. But there are times that the government has to do something, right? When the majority of the citizens can't pay the bills, guess what will happen? The real estate market will tumble. Um, the stock market is already bottom up. It has tumbled. So when you see somebody who is very respectable uttering words as if he does not understand how the economy works, I'm just speechless. I just do not know uh, if the gentleman I've been following in his videos is the guy that is uttering words that you don't need much in savings. I mean, there are people who live paycheck to paychecks, and let them let that group, that people, when they receive their paycheck, they've already spent half or all of it, right? They plan out and say, you know what? After paying all my bills, I only have $50 to live on until the next bill, the next paycheck cycle. And Bill Ramsey is a very wealthy individual, very smart, I still respect him for what he has amassed for himself. But I respectfully take a different path from what he said today. He did suggest that uh, pay your lowest credit cards. Well, people are already doing it. I mean, if people are given time and say you're going to be losing your job next week, or at least being told that if the current economic turmoil is not um, ended by so and so date, you're going to lose the job, they would at least save, right? But there's really less to save if you only leave or not $4 or $5 after you pay off your bills. Paying bills is an obligation, one of the obligations that you have to meet. There are people, yes, they do have job, but they only blink to be homeless, right? So, however they're paying their bills, or saying that they should be paying smaller debt off, I get where you're coming from, but also it depends with how much interest is on that less debt, right? Because if the if you have $50, right, left on your bill, and you think you can put in $10 and pay the other big chunk of debt, that you probably has like $2,000 on that credit card, or whatever, right? And you come and say, oh, just leave the one that is $2,000 debt, to go um, without being paid, and just pay the one $50. Buddy, you're wealthy. I get it. I understand it. And I do respect that. But for some people, $100 means so much. I wish you'd be kind enough to say you're taking $50,000 and give to any charity that you like, right? And instruct that charity to help the poor, the needy, right? I see this in most stores. Successful people, musicians, sportsmen, sportswomen, they walk um, into a supermarket, and they say, anybody in the store, right, who is in the store, bring up your merchandises, and we're going to pay for it for free. Christmas time is a time of giving, right? And I think for those who are blessed to have more, right, not enough, or just to have enough but they can spare some change, this is a time to do it in your own community. Whether you live in a wealthy area, there's somebody who is struggling out there. They probably are not connected with you, or will not go there, come to you, but they need something, right? Um, I see a lot of resumes. People are asking for anything, um, and all they need is work. All they need is to be able to pay their bills, right? To be busy. That people. I was talking to somebody who's like 52 years in age, and he says, you know what? It's a pain to be in a house. He's used to getting up and going to work and socializing with people, and um, when he's able to sell, he would celebrate. He has somebody around him to celebrate that they sold something, right? And today he was just confused. He's been in the household the entire week, and he's not able to see nobody. Can't go to the store because of the coronavirus. But he has no one to count on to share the joy, right? Buy coffee and go to work. He has nowhere to go, whether the coronavirus clears today or a week from now. Utter confused, right? Uh, so, what kind of advice you, Dave Ramsey, who is wealthy, educated, the stock market better than most of us, or maybe than some of us, as you have proved to be the case, advice to that individual? He shouldn't go to work. There's no work. There are no bills. The economy is built based on people pay the bills. It's really the suppressor impose their guidelines. The suppressee, the workers, the working class, have to fall through. If they don't fall through, the impressor is not an impressor, right? If you lay an order and nobody's able to fulfill the order, that becomes useless, right? It's like the way we have money, currency, right? You issue a dollar and you go to a store and they accept it and give you that product, right? But if you have a dollar and nobody is accepting it, it's just a piece of paper, like anything, right? So if people are not paying their bills, the economy will continue to collapse, and even affect your stock markets, right? You're going to be affected at some point. Um, and what? You're gonna what? Scream at those managers, at those in those companies you invested? That why am I losing money? Why, it's your suggestion. You know, the, the people paid the lower bills, and maybe the company that you invested in is one of the holders of the stock from the people who didn't pay their bills, and now you're being affected. I know you might not feel it, you're wealthy, I mean, but it was just absurd to hear you, the guy I respect, talking nonsense to your audiences, including myself. I was like, no, this is not the guy I listen to. This is not the guy who I believe knows so much. You're smart. You inspire a lot of us to do things that we're doing. But then when you unapologetically send messages that shows you are not the gentleman we're used to seeing. I don't know, buddy. I've no idea. I think so we can take time um, to think through the message you gave to the general public, and maybe send another video explaining, apologizing to your fans you have angered. You know, we respect you a lot, and I understand it. Everybody do mistakes, and not this kind of mistake. I mean, you are very successful because of your mouth and because you post videos on social medias and so on. You're a friend and someone we aspire. But yeah, this today I looked through social media and saw you sending out a message that go against the pillars, the values that we thought you have. Um, I'm not sure. you know, I, hopefully you'll be kind enough to send a video out there explaining it again the way you meant to say. Maybe we misunderstood you. So I'm giving you a chance to go out there and heal the wounds of those you have affected, right? Those single mothers who are no longer employed, those single mothers who have only $1,000 left, and that'll be their last paycheck they're gonna receive, who won't even be able to economize it. Um, Americans are mad, okay, and they're mad not necessarily because of you. They're mad because of the state of the economy. However, your words, your device today has, I'm not sure if it's fuel. If your words is fuel, it has fueled the fire, and now they're even more disappointed, and they're losing hope um, in everything they're doing. Right? You've been always good, sending good messages, but today you've proven that we need to question twice things that um, you have been preaching. Thanks so much. Please subscribe to my channel, and I'll be making more videos. Um, Thank you.